Hey guys, this is BishReviews and welcome to my channel. And today I'm back with another Disney Princess Deluxe Picture Book Collection storybook. And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about Disney Princess Pocahontas, the story of Pocahontas. So, before I begin with this review, I just want to mention that I've already reviewed a few of the books from this collection. So if you have not checked them out, I have linked the video in the description below, or you can go to my channel and find those videos. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about this amazing book. So yeah, let us begin with this review. So here is the Disney Princess Pocahontas. So yeah, the book is kind of orangey and it has this dark orange border on the left side. And in the middle, we have Pocahontas on a canoe and she has an oar on her hand and she's kind of rafting in the river. So on the top of the book, as you can see, it says Disney Princess Pocahontas and it has a daisy, a flower, and it says the story of Pocahontas. And as you can see on the background as the watermark, we have a lot of patterns or tribal patterns from Pocahontas. On the spine of the book, as you can see, there are a few things. So on top here it says Disney Princess, and then we have the daisy again. It says Pocahontas, the story of Pocahontas, and down there it says Disney Princess. So at the back of the book, as you can see the orangey yellow kind of color really clearly now, and even the darker border, and also the watermark on the background, the tribal marks. So top here it says Disney Princess, and there's a daisy again, and it says follow the inspiring tale of Pocahontas with a mischievous raccoon and a tiny hummingbird, a wise willow tree and a mysterious dream. This deluxe storybook retelling of the classic animated film is a treasure to behold. And down here we have Pocahontas with her raccoon Miko, and it's kind of chasing a butterfly. And it says, "This is the path I choose," and it's by Pocahontas. And down here we have the barcode. And then on this side it says Disney Press, copyright 2016, Disney Enterprises Inc., all rights reserved, disneybooks.com. And since these books are not to be sold alone, it says not for individual resale. So yeah, before I show you the insights, I just want to mention you guys that this front picture, this illustration in the front and back are just an illusion. The illustration in Pocahontas is not the new one. I mean, like the one in Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid, I mean they have the newer illustration, but Pocahontas has the classic storybook illustration. So let us open the book and have a better look on the inside. So on the very first page it says Pocahontas, the story of Pocahontas, and we have Pocahontas from the front itself. And on this side we have sparkles. It says take care of the earth. There's a feather and there are a few of the details. So if you want to read that, please pause the video. So yeah, here begins the story. So if you want to read the story, please pause the video because I would be focusing more on the illustrations and paper quality and stuff like that. So the paper is not as thick as the deluxe storybook, the hardcover ones. These are the matte paper, not glossy even, and they are kind of average, not that thin but not that thick as well. So yeah, here's the main character, John Smith, and the illustration is not that bad. I mean, the classic storybook illustrations are already matching the movie, so I think they're nice itself. So they begin the journey in search of gold. Here's the evil John Radcliffe. And here's the villagers. They are the warriors, Native American warriors. And his Kokum, who this is Pocahontas' father, who is trying to, give his daughter hands to Kokum. So here's the brave-hearted Pocahontas, who is always searching far and wide, exploring things. And here's her friend Miko, the raccoon, and it's Flit, the hummingbird. So I have not watched this movies multiple times like I have watched Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, so I don't know much of the name of the characters. I mean, I do remember a few of them, but I'm not so sure if that's the right name. So yeah, this is her friend. I think her name is Nakoma or something. So yeah, basically, she is not actually really a Disney princess. I mean, not a princess, but she is a, daughter of a chief of a village. So that's how she's been considered as a Disney princess. And here's the chief of the warriors. And here's Pocahontas' father giving her this beautiful necklace. So the story is all about Pocahontas being confused what she wants to do, and this is grandmother Willow's. And this illustration is really nice, I would say. I mean, I really would have loved to see a brand new illustration for this Pocahontas book as well. I mean, it has such nice scenes. I mean, this scene would look so amazing if it was on the, newer book. So here is John Radcliffe telling John Smith that they have to find gold anyhow, and here is the pug, the pampered pug. I don't remember the name of the pug. So here's Pocahontas seeing the ship for the very first time, and there's the flag of England, and here's Pocahontas exploring an outsider. So here's Miko, who is not scared at all and has gone to explore the newcomer. I mean, this illustration would have looked so much better. I mean, there is no depth of color, no shadows and things like that. So it kind of looks plain, but is really nice itself. But I would have expected, I was expecting a brand new illustration. So even this scene would have looked amazing with the newer illustration. The waterfall scene where John and Pocahontas meet for the first time. So here's Pocahontas and John getting to know each other. And I mean, this wind blowing, leaves blowing away, it would have looked so much better in the, if it were in the newer illustration. I can't help but mention that I wish that this book was the newer illustration, because I'm kind of sort of disappointed that this book has the older illustration. And yeah, since I've never owned a Pocahontas book before, so I'm still satisfied with this illustration because I've never seen this illustration before. I, tried getting the 96-page classic storybook for Pocahontas, but it was, I could not find it in a reasonable price that would be. I mean, there are a few books on eBay for Pocahontas, but, they're kind of pricey for an old book. So here's Pocahontas getting offended that John Smith has called the villagers savages and things like that. So yeah, this is one of the scenes, one of the songs from the movie Colors of the Wind. So imagine the scene being in the newer Deluxe edition illustration. It would have looked so much better. So here's the Miko again stealing from the Outlanders. So I hope I'm not turning the pages really quick, so that you can pause and read the story. So here's Nakoma trying to, warn Pocahontas, but Pocahontas is going with John Smith, and she's kind of desperate, and she kind of thinks like Pocahontas is in a wrong path. So John Smith tells Pocahontas that they're in search of gold and things like that. And Pocahontas shows them what's gold and what's their treasure. So it's the kernel of corn or something. So here's Pocahontas introducing John Smith to Grandma Willow. She's kind of really wise and really good with suggestions. So here's a few of John's friends who are in search of John Smith. And Pocahontas is kind of confused what she must do to protect her village or something like that. Or what she wants to do. So Pocahontas tries to explain her father, and John Smith tries to explain, but both of them, do not understand like what that might be. And John Radcliffe thinks that they're hiding gold and trying to make them fool. So, and here's Nakoma desperate that he goes to the Kokum and says that Pocahontas is hanging out with the Outlander and she's been fooled or something like that. So here John Smith and Pocahontas. So yeah, here in the hiding, Kokum is hiding and looking at Pocahontas and John Smith, and he thinks that he's luring Pocahontas, so he attacks John Smith. And here's the other guy who was earlier saved by John Smith. So he kind of thinks that he owes to John Smith, and he tries to save him and shoots the warrior Kokum, and he kind of dies. And that's when he pulls Pocahontas' neck piece. The scenes look really bland. As you can see, it would have looked so much better in the Deluxe edition. You look at Pocahontas, she does not have the necklace now, and she tries to save him, but you know, they kind of figure out that they have to solve this out, talk to the people. So they decide to begin the war because one of their men has been captured, and Pocahontas is still confused what to do, and Grandmother Willow tells her to listen to her heart, and that's what she does. And here Mr. John Smith, about to be, you know, punished for what he has done. The war has begun. And look, here is like the incomplete illustration, I would say. So they explain it, and the village people understand, and even the people understand, but the Ratcliffe is the mean one. So yeah, they kind of figure out that he's the mean one, he's been manipulating them. So yeah, they take him off, and they kind of, you know, rejoin together. And John Smith is kind of hurt. I don't remember how he got hurt, but I think I don't know, I just don't remember. So Pocahontas wants to leave with John, but she understands that she is the daughter of the chief and she needs to look after her people. I mean, her father gives her the, you know, permission to do whatever she wants to, but she chooses her people and she stays. I think this is like the, you know, story where prince and the princess, I mean, the couples do not meet at the end. So here's Pocahontas getting all emotional that they have to depart now, and here's them saying goodbye, and here's Pocahontas believing that she would be with John, and I don't know if they lived happily ever after or not. So yeah, that is the story. So here's my review to the Disney Princess Pocahontas, The Story of Pocahontas. So sadly, I do not have the hardcover version of this book, and I'm not even sure if they have taken out the hardcover version or not. If there was, I would obviously buy it, but I have not found it on Amazon and not on eBay as well, so I'm not sure. So I've even inquired Disney a lot of time about this, but they say that the hardcover release date is to be announced. So it's like, I don't know what is the case with a few of the books from this collection. So yeah, if you have any questions, please hit the comment section below. Please do like and subscribe, and if you have not watched all my other videos, please go to my channel and also follow me on Instagram. I really love and appreciate you guys' support, and stay tuned until the next video. So thank you so much for watching.